All right, y'all should be able to hear me. What's up, everybody? What is up? Let's get some more people here. If y'all mind, hit that like button. All right, let's get some more people here. We just got a couple things I want to talk about today. I know, the other day I did say I want to at least do a couple of videos a week, and here I am doing a solo video, and probably I'm not sure, maybe Friday or Sunday we're gonna do the weekly podcast, the Real Talk podcast. Okay, let me share this out right quick. So everyone hit that dislike button. No. Let me go and share this on Twitter. Get a couple more people here. All right. Yeah, I definitely need to get my folks back on on my channel. The channel been dead for a while. My viewership is not the same. So yeah, that's why I'm trying to do a little bit more content so I can slowly gravitate y'all guys back to this channel. I know some people got maybe some people unsubscribe, and YouTube they unsubscribe some of my subscribers for no damn reason, because some of my subscribers told me that they had to resubscribe because YouTube unsubscribed them. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. It sounds like you're sick. No, I'm not. I'm not sick, Jalen. I'm not sick. Why you say that? You see my Dragon Ball Z hoodie that I made? Since I had the hat, I wanted to get a get a hoodie to match it. So I bought an orange, that little cheap hoodie at Walmart for like $10, and I went ahead and customized it myself. Did that, and of course I got a picture back of my hood. I don't feel like turning around, but yeah, I try to do a little custom designs and stuff. He's sick of caping so much for Xbox. What? What are you talking about? I'm how I'm caping so much for Xbox, man? Dang, I'm just an Xbox gamer that likes Xbox. I don't know. Well, okay. I'm a gamer that likes Xbox. What's wrong with that? I like PlayStation. I like their exclusives. Just excuse me. When it comes down to multi-plats and of course Xbox games, I spend more time on the Xbox platform. I like indie games, and Xbox has been killing it with a lot of indies lately. That new game that just got released on Game Pass today, was it Cyber Shadow? I think that's the name of it. It's a good game. I like it. It's an 8-bit game, and I'm enjoying it. And that's a Game Pass game, and I don't need to spend. I'm not sure how much the indie game costs. It'll probably cost maybe between $15 to $20 on average. I think that's how much it costs. But hey, it's on Game Pass, so I ain't tripping. Matter of fact, Microsoft just took their $15 or $16 out of my account yesterday. I just paid my monthly subscription fee, and of course we got a new indie game that just came out. Like if I didn't have Game Pass, I would have spent Game Pass monthly money on that Cyber Shadow. so like I'm just saying, Game Pass is a awesome subscription service, and of course the Medium is coming out later on tonight. I will play a little bit of that before I go to bed. And of course, there's some controversy. Of course, there is controversy when it comes to Xbox exclusives and stuff, and and I guess as far as the scores go on the medium, of course, it's not scoring as well as some people expect it to score. But if y'all look exactly who developed the game, like they are a small team, and they more like a double A game, a double A, studio. I guess you could say some of their stuff do look triple A, but like if y'all look at the medium, it's more in between the double A and the triple A. Just look at the price, the retail price of the game. I believe they want $45 retail, so that right there is not a triple A price. So I feel that a lot of people is expecting too much for a company that has, I think, 100 people or less than 100 people that works for the company. So, it just don't help the situation when it comes to, of course, you got the new console with the Xbox Series X. There is still no heavy hitter that came out, and of course we know about Halo Infinite got delayed and all that. So that it's not helping. So right now, the medium is Microsoft's biggest exclusive right now, and this is coming from a double A team. They're not a triple A company. But from what I saw of the medium, I appreciate what they did because it looks like they put a lot of effort into this game. And if you just look at the fact that they are limited on staffing, but I'm still excited to play the game. Don't matter how the scores is. I played Days Gone on the PS4, and I liked it for what it was. Metacritically wise, it scored a 71. And of course, a lot of PlayStation guys was defending it and all that, and Xbox fanboys was making fun of this and that and this and that. When it comes to a game, I don't. It's kind of crazy. Like only in the gaming industry where a 70 is a failure, but a 70 Metacritic and Rotten Tomatoes with movies is considered a success. So in a lot of gamers' minds, if it's not a 90 Metacritic score, it's a failure. If it's an 80, okay, it's all right. If it's a below 80, 70 whatever, it's a failure. So it's just the expectations with a lot of these gamers, it's through the roof. And like I say, a lot of these guys was expecting the medium to be like another Resident Evil or be another Silent Hill, even though they did take elements from the game. And matter of fact, the composer from Silent Hill did do the soundtrack, in which is pretty cool. But I like the fixed camera angles. I like for what I saw. Of course, it's a game that not focused on combat. It's not focused on combat at all. It's more, you run away and you try not to get, killed by that spirit, whatever that's haunting you, whatever. I was getting some Silent Hill type of, Silent Hill Shattered Memories. I remember playing that on the Wii, and I actually did enjoy the game. It wasn't no combat in the game. It was different, but I enjoyed it for what it was. So I'm getting that type of vibes from it. Like me personally, I am a sucker for survival horror games. I love survival horror games. Resident Evil is my most favorite franchise. Silent Hill, and even within, it's second and third. Of course, Aliens. I wish Sega would I wish they would green light another Aliens game, because Aliens Isolation was a fantastic game. Now, Aliens Isolation gave me a lot of jump scares. Like seriously, that game was so awesome. Like, of course, there's a lot. There's some combat in that game. At first, I thought that game was only heavily just focused on, you running away from the alien. But I didn't know that you could actually, fight back. And of course, there's other stuff about that game. Like, if you ever play Aliens Isolation, you need to play it. That game is awesome, and that's one of my favorite survival horror games ever. Like, Guru the Legends, I hadn't seen him in a while. He told me about the game. He told me to play this game. Hey, real, you need to play this. That's an awesome game. I know you say you love survival horror games. Just play it. He even paid for it. I think he dropped down like about 20, 30 bucks in a super chat. He really wanted me to play the game. So I was like, you know what? Okay, I know you've been asking me for months and months to play the game. I said, I'm gonna go and play the game. Play the game. I thank Guru the Legends because I just never thought about the game in the first place. But I'm glad he told me about it, and it was a wonderful experience. And like I say, I just like survival horror games, and I'm really excited for the newest one. I forgot the name of it, but I think it's supposed to be the same people that did that did what's that company from EA that they was it Visceral Studios that EA got rid of? They disbanded that studio that did the Dead Space series, and I love Dead Space. Dead Space series was was awesome as well too, and of course Dead Space 3 wasn't EA. They was acting like EA, and we saw it in Dead Space 3, and it was a bunch of microtransactions, some bullshit. They want to change everything up. So yeah, I guess after they done fucked it up for everybody, they didn't like the sales of the game, so they was like, you know what, we're not gonna do Dead Space no more, like because they got too damn greedy. And now, like, think like some of the same developers that worked for Visceral Studios, of course, did the Dead Space game. They all working on this new game that is kind of like in the same atmosphere, kind of like a Dead Space, but of course they can't use the Dead Space name, But I was getting that vibes, and when I got that vibe, I was like, that is so Dead Space to me. Find out a lot of the Dead Space people is working on that game. So if y'all can remember the name of that game, just let me know. I forgot the name of it. What's the name of that game, y'all? I forgot the name of it. It's the same people that did Dead Space. That's supposed to be coming out. It might be 2 to 3 years out because we just got an announcement like 2 to 3 months ago. And yeah, I got 8 dislikes. Must be I must have pissed off some ponies, man. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the title of the video when I said Xbox profit big time and the medium discussion. I don't know what. I don't know. Somebody is mad. They said, you're welcome for the dislikes. Nick sent me here. Team Toxic. God dang, y'all toxic as hell, man. Danny said he played Tell Me Why. Oh, I think that game is on Game Pass. How's that? Anyway, Tell Me Why. I thought about downloading it. He said, did you hear about Metroid IP? It's up for... What? Nah, stop playing, Jalen. Swear to God. Nintendo would never do that. They will actually sell their IP. Wow. If that is true, I'm shocked. It's like this. If Nintendo sell their IP and Microsoft buy the IP, I would freaking be excited because it's so much Microsoft can do with that IP. With all the finances that they have. But yeah, I guess Nintendo don't see Metroid as a top tier or a mid tier game because their sales just doesn't match the quality of the game, and it's sad. It really is sad, man. You say it was good. So is that even true, Jalen? Or are you just messing with me? Because that would be kind of stupid for them to work on Metroid Prime 4 and announce that they're going to sell an IP. That don't. Yeah, I know you just kidding, man. Because it don't even sound right, dude. You scrapped the project. You was working on the project for about a couple of years. Then you scrapped the project. Then you apologized for us. And about a year or two later, they in the middle of developing this game that we've been anticipating for years. And they decide to sell an IP. No, I knew it was full of shit with that, man, because it just doesn't make sense. Nintendo, of all people, will never sell their IP. Let's just be real. No chance in hell, just like Danny said, man. What's up, Quantum L? What's up? Was it Call of Steel Protocol? Did I pronounce right? Was it Call of Steel? The Protocol is the name of the former Dead Space dev's new title. Great to catch the latest live stream, by the way. Yeah, appreciate you coming, man. Yeah, okay, that's the name of it. They probably should have gave it another name. It's kind of, an odd name to give it. That's like, the name doesn't, even though the trailer of that video, it piqued my interest and it looks like it's going to be a good game. But that type of title, it doesn't scream survival horror. Like, they should put more of an intensified name as for the title. Like, it doesn't. I wouldn't call it that. I wouldn't call it that at all. What's up, Kendall? So y'all make sure I hit that like button. Hit that like button. So yeah, I do want to get into the medium and get into Microsoft and what they've been talking about their finances. And of course, we got a lot of fanboys that's still mad, and I just don't understand why we just cannot enjoy video games. I don't know why, man. I don't know why these people. It's like I think it was like maybe 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning when everybody was authorized to give us their reviews of the medium, whatever. And all of a sudden, Twitter and Facebook, whatever, the social media and the gaming part just going off. And of course, you got these ponies and PlayStation fanboys just, ha, Microsoft, there y'all go again. Y'all giving out mediocre games, this and that and this and that. I thought y'all learned y'all lesson, this and that. And it's just the same old toxic stuff. To be honest, this is why Phil Spencer did not want to give out console sales no more, because it's just so much toxic. Like, I understand that these companies have to give out their financial support, financial reports, to their shareholders and everything. Make sure everything is selling. Make sure they're profiting and all that. But it's just to a point. The way this social media is, and the way these rabid fanboys are, it's just kind of hard. I know they're doing their job. But the way Microsoft is going, the route that they're going when it comes to the sales of their consoles, it's just kind of hard to do that because of the toxicity. Even though if they, let's say they outsell PlayStation for the week or for the month, like, shouldn't Microsoft even give out numbers anymore? Like, I'm just being real. Whenever they're gonna have more consoles to sell, because I know they got the issue with AMD, making more of that for the console and all that, and whenever all this mess blows over, because, of course, everybody's home quarantined, and, a lot of people need something to do, and ever since this whole COVID thing, a lot of people been gaming, and the gaming industry is basically a COVID-19 proof, and this is why you see companies like Amazon trying to get into this gaming, because they figured out that even though there's a pandemic going on, the video game industry is profiting more than ever. Like, seriously. And with the sales of consoles, like, I know it hypes up a lot of fans and also fanboys, but I don't yes, I would like to celebrate sales of consoles and sales of software, because you want gaming to be healthy. You want the companies that you support to do good. But when you keep, not only just making fun, but just wishing the death of the company that you don't like because you like a different plastic, it's just so very frustrating. And I see why Phil Spencer said what he said. Because I think somebody asked him about that. He mentioned something about, if I ever get out this gaming business, it's because it's the fanboys, because on how toxic they be. They just because they like a console, they wish the worst for the other console. And if you just think about it, like if you just think about, let's just say that you got your wish. Let's say you're a PlayStation fanboy, a rabid fanboy. You got your wish. Nintendo is no longer here. Microsoft is no longer here. Guess what's gonna happen? Like, you got your wish. Since you've been such a good corporate slave, the competition is gone. So since there's no competition, what do you think was going to happen? The people that's in the chat right now, what do y'all think is what's going to happen if there is no competition at all? And if you older, like, back in the 80s, I was born in 87, so if you like older than me, I'm 33, but if you like 40, close to 40, or in your 40s, like, just let me know. Let me know on how Nintendo was back then. On how they was back then. Even though there was competition like Sega, the Sega Master System, but just tell me on how the competition was back then when Nintendo basically had the whole entire gaming industry under their belt. Like, they was doing some freaking ridiculous practices, and they was doing a lot of anti-consumer shit. And today it's still kind of hunting them because certain developers, certain publishers just will not support Nintendo because some of them still got hate for what they did. So I'm asking y'all that's in the chat, what do y'all think was going to happen if there's only one company? Just let me know. What y'all think was going to happen? What's up, Retro Bro? So Eric said, yes, they should give out numbers. They embarrassed. That's why they don't say no more. If they were the market leader in the console sales, they would be sure to let you know. Amazon should stay out of the gaming period. Retro Bro said, to be honest, it'd be cool. I mean, Amazon owns Twitch. I wouldn't want them to make a console, but finding games and making them more socially interactive could be good. Okay. So basically, Eric said that they're embarrassed. So Xbox should just wrap it up, just get out, and that's why they created Game Pass, because nobody plays Xbox, and now Game Pass is their source of income. I don't. No, it's not the fact that nobody buys games on Xbox. It's the fact that, last generation, Microsoft made a bunch of bad choices that got a lot of people to want to jump on the PS4 bandwagon. Because if look back at the 360, a lot of software was selling well on the 360. It's just Microsoft did something really stupid for people to don't want to go back on an Xbox console. And I feel that this generation, well, if you think about, honestly, I think social media wasn't as popular during the 360 and PS3, but during the PS4 and Xbox One, like I just feel that the toxicity level had went through the roof, and I think that's one of the reasons, probably the main reason why Microsoft don't want to give out console numbers no more. I don't know. Will they ever do it again? I don't know. But if we don't get the console numbers sales anymore, I believe that is the reason. It's not the fact that they're embarrassed. It's the fact I don't see why $1 trillion companies should be embarrassed. Because this laugh I'm making right now. That's the laugh I will have if somebody tell me I should be embarrassed. Me, the $1 trillion company. I don't see how you can be embarrassed if you're a $1 trillion company, because Microsoft, they could just up and buy Nintendo or Sony anytime they want. But like I say, man, I think the fanboy, the toxic, environment around social media is probably one of the reasons, because, of course, I'm part of the environment, but when I say that, I don't mean I'll be toxic. I see the toxicity every day, the same people. Like, it's sad. I see the same folks, grown men, probably, older than me. And there's a lot of them are in their 40s acting like this. And I see Phil Spencer. He sees the stuff all the time because he's very active on Twitter. Aaron Greenberg, same with him. He's very active on Twitter. He see the fuckery that's going on, and that's one of the reasons. But I don't know. Right now, I just know that Microsoft is still continuously and just giving us numbers, but not the console hardware numbers. They just going to give us, I guess dollars and cents on how much the company made. Kind of like remember when Halo 5 came out, they really didn't give us no hard numbers. They just basically said that we made $500 million this day, hardware sales and this and that and this and that. But, a lot of people took that as far as, they didn't sell well. That's why they giving these other numbers, trying to make it seem like they sold a lot, that type of stuff. But just look at, just looking at the fact on how much they sold. I won't say sold, on how much the gaming division made. And I'm going to see if I can find this article right quick. The gaming division did very well. And let me see. Hold on, give me a second so I can find it. So it was okay. Microsoft said Game Pass, the company's $10 monthly game subscription, has 18 million users from up to 15. The Game Pass. I won't necessarily say $10 a month because I'm paying 15 because I got the ultimate. Since I put my I integrated my gold with my Game Pass, so I'm paying $15 a month. So I won't necessarily say it's all $10 a month. So they went from 15 million to 18 million. That's not bad at all. That's a lot of money. And of course, it said Xbox Online Gaming Services has more than 100 million monthly active users. Microsoft did not give an update on the 120 million teams daily users it disclosed in October, but it did say that the mobile version is used by 60 million daily users. Oh wow, that's a lot. Microsoft revenue in its intelligent cloud segment rose 23% to 14.6 billion with 50% growth. And Azure analysts had expected 41.4% growth in Azure. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Azure, one of them. According to this census data from Visible Alpha, the previous quarter, Azure grew 48%. Blah 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 blah. Other stuff. I'm looking for that other one. Because they I think they, how much? I'm looking for that other one when they said that they made so much profit that they didn't already paid for Bethesda twice. I think they made like a $15 billion profit or something like that. And that is crazy. And of course, some fanboys was basically saying that, that was just giving you the annual, the money. Like they just giving you money. They're not giving you profits this, profits that. But they're literally telling you how much profit they made, and the profit paid for Bethesda twice. And now a lot of people saying that, like, why do Xbox need PlayStation to make profit? And this alone, the sales figures that they gave us, basically just solidify that Microsoft don't need nobody. Because like you pay $7.5 billion for Bethesda, the deal is not closed yet. I will assume it'll probably be between maybe 2 to 3 months when it's finalized. I know Microsoft want to finalize this deal really fast, so they go ahead and work on what they're working on. Of course, you got Machine Games that's making that new Indiana Jones games, and people still want to know if it's exclusive. That Star, what's the name of that game? Star something. What's the name of that game? That outer space game. That's a lot of people is very hyped for. A lot of people is excited for that one. Of course, you got the Wolfenstein 3. I think that's almost done developing. Because I think it's like a 3-year development window on these Wolfenstein games. So, Bethesda got a really, really good catalog of games. You got the Elder Scrolls, you got the Fallouts and all that. And of course, there's this ongoing conversation. Is it exclusive? If it's going on PlayStation, a lot of people saying that, how can Microsoft recruit that money? They spent $7.5 billion, for Bethesda, but how can you recruit that money? Like they just did. They just profited over $15 billion. They said their gaming division has made more money than ever. Even though they just started a new generation, there is supply, restraints on these consoles because the whole pandemic. They not getting enough shipped, and of course you got the whole AMD chipset thing that's going on. It's a lot going on, and it's gonna be. It's gonna be. I think the same thing's going on with PlayStation. I think, but I think with PlayStation they got the scalper situation. That's going on really heavy, and if they don't do something about this scalper situation, Sony's gonna lose a lot of money. Because just because you sell a lot of consoles, you don't get your profit from consoles. Most of your profits come from software sales. Most of your profits come from your online users because you need the subscription to go online. That's how you get your money. So yeah, I hope they do something about the scalping situation because it's bad. Ever since this pandemic it's just not only just the Xbox Series X and the PS5. Now you got these graphics cards that Nick has been trying to get it, and every time he try to get it, the scalpers get they get to it before he get there. So he's still pissed off about that shit. Okay, what you say? Let me see. High ridiculous prices, really bad deals, and Nick said, and downloading the Yakuza collection on Game Pass now. Quantum put well taken. Competition is necessary to keep the industry fresh, innovative, and moving forward to the benefit of players across the board. No competition, and you're at their mercy. That is so true. And Jalen said, just imagine if Nintendo went the EA route with Smash Ultimate. Oh my God. They went the EA route. It is a route. It is a route because, like, one thing, even though I'm not a Smash Brothers, I'm not, into that. I tried to play. It's just not for me. But one thing I do credit Nintendo, they put all their characters on that game. And matter of fact, I don't remember playing any DLC for it. All of those characters for free. Like, you could just unlock the characters by, you play, you beat the character, and it's unlocked. Just looking at the roster situation on the Smash Brothers Ultimate, freaking EA will have a heart attack. They would literally have a heart attack if they basically give all their characters away without locking them down on DLC. Like, I don't know why EA is still making so much money. Like, they still hadn't learned their lesson. People, like, y'all need to vote with y'all wallets when it comes to EA, man. It's crazy. It's sad. It's pathetic. But like I was saying a while ago, man, without competition, man, gaming deals will no longer be here. Game Pass, we would never got a Game Pass if there was no competition. Like Microsoft, they saw money, and Microsoft said, hey, man, we don't sell as much as Nintendo, we don't sell as much as Sony. So what can we do to get these gamers onto our services, to get the gamers to play these games? So when they introduced us to Game Pass, a lot of people played games that they didn't normally think they're going to play. Sea of Thieves, even though it started off sketchy, but from what I heard, all these updates that the game got, people love the game. They, got like a huge, active user on that game. I think they got between 12 and 15 million active users, like just playing that game constantly, and that is crazy. Because, these service-based games, that's the future, whether people like it or not. It's the future. And sooner or later, Sony and Nintendo is going to have to fall in line because right now, the way things are going with Google Stadia, you can say what you want with them, even though they not being a competitor, they not really competing like they're supposed to. But they are a $1 trillion company, just like Amazon. They are a $1 trillion company. That's why Microsoft said a long time ago that PlayStation and Nintendo are not their competitions. Like what? Like if you just put your fanboyism to the side and just think about why they say that that PlayStation and Nintendo is not their competition, just think about what route that Microsoft is taking. We already see the route that they're taking. So the Game Pass subscription service is going to be the future. Digital everything's going to be the future. The battle of the $1 trillion companies is going to really be the future. Let's just be real. But in a snap, these Amazon and Google, they could just a snap of a finger buy out all these damn companies. All these companies that you would usually see on PlayStation. All these damn companies. But will it happen? I don't know. I hope it doesn't happen because let's just be real. Majority of the games is played on PlayStation, and this is why PlayStation is somewhat trying to make moves, and they still trying to keep it the old school route and all that. But they're slowly moving their games to PC. Look at Horizon Zero Dawn. That's like the biggest exclusive one on PC. I'm not sure if God of War went on PC. I don't think they did. But sooner or later, you're going to see all their IPs on PC. God of War, The Last of Us, Uncharted. You're going to see all their IPs on PC. Like, they're taking notes. All the money that Microsoft made this past quarter, you don't think Sony taking notes? Why do you think they're dipping into the PC market? Because they want to make as much games as possible. Will Sony ever put their games on Xbox and Nintendo? Hell no, because we know how they operate. They want you to play exclusively to their platform, and That's what you do. So I respect it about them. So when it comes to the Xbox brand and this whole Bethesda situation, I don't understand why um, people feel that uh, Xbox, like the games from Bethesda, will be better if it will stay multi-plat, even though Microsoft, acquired the studio. Like, even though if they still choose to do multi-plat, but is it the smartest thing to do? It's like this: if Microsoft was not pushing Game Pass, trying to push their subscription-based services, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, okay, it's smart. It's smart for them to keep it, multi-plat since they can make as much as money as possible. But if Game Pass is Microsoft's future, and let's just be real with this whole price hike of the Xbox Gold, with them trying to, double the price for no damn reason, like, let's be real. Like, Microsoft is basically indirectly telling us that, hey, man, we want you on Game Pass because maybe they don't like how many subscribers they got on Game Pass. Because I know back in September they announced that they got 15 million subscribers, and that's actually good. 15 million subscribers on Game Pass, but they wanted more. But I guess these past few months they got additional 3 million. Which is still good. But honestly, I don't think that hit their mark. I think their mark was at least 20 million. So that might be why that they was trying to forcibly, have everybody to go ahead and just get the Game Pass, because let's just be real, nobody in their right mind is gonna pay $120 a year for games with gold that basically offers nothing. Like, the monthly games are trash. Like, the monthly games used to be good until they introduced us to Game Pass. And ever since they introduced us to Game Pass, the monthly games with gold has been trash. Like, the PlayStation Plus games that that they get every month has been very good. And it's I used to say the same thing about PlayStation Plus games. I'd be like, their monthly free game has always been trash. There's little indie shovelware games, but Sony has been picking it up lately. Their games they've been giving out some really good games every month. But, like, let's be real. Like, Microsoft do not want to give out big name games that they can put on a subscription service. So, like I said a while ago, if Microsoft was not trying to push a Game Pass, then it would have been in their best interest to keep the Bethesda games multi-plat. But this whole Bethesda acquisition, my opinion, is for them to keep all these games inside their whole ecosystem. That's why they push xCloud. That's why they pushing PC. They want you to play on their platform. And their platform is more than just Xbox. It's more than just Xbox. But they don't want their games go to Sony and Nintendo, even though they did give Nintendo the blessings of both of the Ori games and Cuphead, and was it Super Lucky Tales? I think that's all they got. I think that's it. But like I say, man, I really believe that once this deal is finalized, I still think there's still a couple of Bethesda games that will hit the PlayStation platform. But going forward, like, let's say another year or two, when Bethesda is full throttle working with the company, with Microsoft, I don't see it. I really don't see it. I don't see it. It just doesn't make sense. Because you asked that same question to Sony about Insomniac with Spider-Man and all that. You asked the same question about, whenever Sony acquires Insomniac, will Spider-Man, is it coming to Xbox? We already know the answer to that. We know the answer. So why are we questioning Microsoft? So you tell me Microsoft should be the savior of gaming? I really don't understand. The same people that talked about Xbox ain't got no games, Xbox ain't got no exclusives, they ain't got no quality exclusives. Now they bought a quality publisher. They bought quality studios from Bethesda, and the same people that was crying about them lacking exclusives are crying about their games still need to be on PlayStation. That does not make sense at all. Does that make sense, people? Listen to the chat. Does that make sense? The same people that's saying it. Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense at all. So, but that is assumed that Nintendo is not already anti. Cause I know you'll say something like that, Dave. I know you can. You like Nintendo, but at the same time you can't stand them. Said the only problem I had with Nintendo is their shitty ass online services. Oh, don't get me started, Jalen. Don't get me started with Nintendo, Jalen, because it's more than just their online services that piss me off about them. That's one of the main reasons, but they got other stuff. I'm not trying to go on a rant about Nintendo. That's why I really hadn't really been focused on Nintendo lately, because I feel that they basically, just they milking the Switch. And the reason why I say milking, because I was a Wii U owner. Just by all their major first party games I owned on the Wii U, and I played it and I beat it. So, so even though I'm just a minority in this fight, yes, of course, these games I was on the Wii U is going to be new to a bunch of Switch players. And I felt that Nintendo has been focusing their first their first year was the best year. And I loved it. They had a bunch of heavy hitters that came out that year. But, year 2 and on, I just felt that they were just so heavy focusing on getting rid of the catalog that they had on the Wii U and put on the Switch and put a little bow on top of it and call it new. Even though it is new to some people because the Switch was a horrible console that sold very horribly. So I understand why they did that. But like I said a long time ago, I don't mind remasters. I don't mind ports. But if they outnumber new games, I will have a major issue. And that's what been going on with me. I've been having major issues with Nintendo because I feel that ports and remasters has been outnumbering new games for the Switch. And yes, I know they got a lot of indies. They got a lot of indie support and all that. And they do get some sprinkles of some third-party games. Like, look at Hitman. Hitman 3 is on the Switch. But, you can't buy it physically. It's only on the cloud. Like, that type of stuff, like, it's just, it's sad. It's really sad. But let's be real. I bought Nintendo Switch for their first party games mostly, just like I bought PlayStation mainly for their first party games. But I do like the trophy hunt. I do like the achievement hunt. With Xbox and PlayStation. And if Nintendo has some type of achievement system, maybe I will play my Switch a little bit more. But they don't. But it's been a minute since we had a major exclusive, and I guess maybe you could say Animal Crossing is a major exclusive. I don't know. I wouldn't count Hyrule Warriors. That's not really major. It's just a Warriors game with Zelda skin. That's not really major to me. It's not. Animal Crossing, I guess, yeah, that's what you could say. That's their last major exclusive. But how long has Animal Crossing been out? It's been out almost a year, hasn't it? When did it come out? I know it came out in the spring of last year. So, yeah, it's kind of been sparse with Nintendo. And, of course, we got Pikmin 3 that came out in the fall. Of course, already played that and beat it. Mario 3D World, Super Mario 3D World, whatever. Played it on a Wii U. I liked it, enjoyed it. Guess what? We about to get it in February. Of course, they're gonna have some additional content, but y'all get what I'm saying. Like, there is no new games for me to play on the Switch. So like I said, I ain't trying to get all into that. Y'all got some questions in the chat. You said 2019 was a decent year. Talking about for the Switch? Hold on. 2021. What came out in 2019? 2019. Bad Lady, so there's a bunch of exclusives this year for Switch Real, 2 next month. Super Mario 3D World, I know that's supposed to be a huge. I'm still skeptical if I want to rebuy the game because of the extra content with the Bowser's, was it Fury? Bowser's something. I still want to know more about the size of that expansion. What's the content? What's the hours of that? Like, I want to know if I'm gonna spend $60, is it gonna be worth it? Oh, you said Luigi's Mansion 3. Okay, yeah, I did enjoy Luigi's Mansion 3. Okay, that was pretty good. I did buy Astro Train. I did buy. I still have it on Switch. I didn't beat it because I just really couldn't get into it. It just wasn't really my cup of tea. I will eventually go back to it. It just, I don't know, man. Uh, it just, I felt that when it comes to Nintendo, the company, I feel that they can do better. Like they got so many great IPs, man. I feel like they can do better, man. Like for real. Like I don't know what is going on with like. Okay, like what's going on with Breath of the Wild 2, man? Like I don't want to keep seeing snippets, man. Like it's been when did Breath of the Wild 2, Breath of the Wild came out? 2017 when the Switch came out. So basically, this March will be 4 years when the Switch launched. 4 years. So that's when Breath of the Wild came out. So is Breath of the Wild coming out this year? What's going on? Is it next year? Like, what is their big exclusive? What is Nintendo's big exclusives for this year? I'm talking about first party, not second party, not third party, first party. I want to know what is Nintendo developing for me to play. I don't really care about Bravely Default. I don't care about that. Super Mario Maker 2. Well, I don't know, man. So Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is done in the vein of the Mizu style game, but it has more nuisance to the combat weapon system, level design. I think you like Age of Calamity. Well, like I say, it piqued my interest of trying to, to get that new Hyrule Warriors game because they said that it is an extension of Breath of the Wild, like a continuation of the story. We get more in depth of like what's going on, but the main thing is the gameplay, man. Like I can't play games choppy, man. Them frame rates, oh my god. Oh, we need a Switch Pro, man. Like, I guess you could say I'm spoiled over 60 frames since the new generation consoles came out. I guess we got spoiled, even though we did get some 30 frames per second games. I don't know why, because the PS5 and the Xbox Series X is very powerful. Like the Watch Dogs Legions. Why would they lock the game at 30 frames per second? Why would they do that? I don't understand. A game like that, why would you lock it? Just for some, what you call that? The shadow thing? What you call that? I forgot what they call that. It brings the shadows out. But I don't know why they lock it. It doesn't make sense. The new game that's coming out tonight, The Medium. Why is it at 30 frames per second? I don't understand. Maybe it's more of a slow-paced game. Maybe that makes more sense than Watch Dogs. But at the same time, I got a Series X. I got the most powerful console on the market. I want to utilize the frame rates. I want the best of the best, console. Because I know somebody about to say PC. Why don't you get on the PC? But like I say, I'm not really a PC gamer. I'm not. And if my console advertised 60 frames per second in 4K, I expect that. A game like The Medium looks like it can run really good at 4K 60. But I don't know why they lock it at 30. I don't. Maybe it's the split reality that's driving up, so much horsepower out the game. And, I don't know, man. I just hate the fact that we're not getting any no choices to play games at 60 on this. We are getting some choices on certain games, but I kind of wish we have choices on all games. Because, going forward, all the games needs to be at 60 frames locked, to be real. He's a Yoshi, Crafted World, Pokemon Sword and Shield. So I guess that came out in 2019. Well, Yoshi was boring to me. Maybe a little bit more fun if I had people to play with online. But I don't know, man. It's Nintendo, man. Nintendo thing. This is 1992, and we don't have no internet, and we just couch co-op. I don't. This is what I don't understand, and Nintendo gets away with it. They do. Like, if a game makes sense to play online, just implement the feature, man. I never did understood why they didn't implement the feature in Yoshi, Crafted World, the Kirby Star Allied. That game was terrible to me. Even in the Wii U era, like with Super Mario 3D World. Like that makes so much sense to play with your friends online. Like I don't know, man. It's just weird. It's just weird. So, Watch Dogs 30 frames per second because it has ray tracing. Okay, that's the name, ray tracing. Ray tracing. AMD consoles do not have NVIDIA DLSS to help out the frame rates. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, give us an option. Yeah, ray tracing does make the game look beautiful. That is a next gen feature that I really do like. But if it's going to interfere on the performance of my game, I would love to have an option to turn it off. If my game not gonna look as prettier, then turn it off. Just like I had the option to play the game at 60 frames per second with Miles Morales. Like I tried both modes, and even the 30 frames per second mode, the fidelity mode looks absolutely beautiful. Like that is a pretty looking game, but the combat is not the same as 60. So when I switched it to 60 frames, when I switched it over to performance mode, I'm like, man, I can't go back, man. I cannot go back to fidelity, man. It's hard when you play at 60 frames, when it's so buttery smooth and it just feels so refreshing. Why do you want to go back to the other mode? I don't know. Maybe because, I don't know, man. If you want to just sit there and look at the pretty environment, and I don't know, maybe, but 60 frames is the future, man. 60 and up. That's the future. He said the medium seems to be not well optimized in general. Yeah. That's what Digital Foundry said, because they found a couple of issues that they brought to the company. But it's gonna probably be one of those updates later. But I can't blame the console itself, because the console is it's it's more than capable of running that game better than what we saw, because I did see some stutters. Shut up, Nick. Shut your ass. See, I always got a Debbie Downer in the damn chat. I hate y'all PC gamers, man. Oh, I can't stand y'all PC gamers. Fucking Nick. Yeah, we know you play at 120. Yes, we know. And hey, there's some, matter of fact, some games run at 120 on the Series X. I know Ori do. Call of Duty does as well too. There's some games that run at 120, so it's just not PC anymore, Nick. So get used to it. Coming in with your PC trolling. That's cute. Shut up. And it looks like Mario Rabbids 2 is coming. I never played the first one. I'm just not into those type of games. What you call it, real time strategy, something like that, RTS. I'm not into that type of stuff. He said Diamond and Pearl remakes were League Detective Pikachu 2 supposed to hit this year. I actually did enjoy Detective Pikachu. My kids love that movie. I am. If they come out with another one, I will see it. I did like it. And as far as the Pokemon, was it Sword and Shield? Another thing that bothers me: how can Nintendo to charge, even though it's a big name, and of course Pokemon companies, very popular, and Pokemon games sell very well. But the looks of that game for the price they asking for was laughable. I'm sorry. You cannot. How can Microsoft and Sony get away with that? Y'all see what happened with Halo? And Halo looked better than Pokemon Sword and Shield. Like, they cannot get away with that shit. Like, come on, man. Like, that shit was terrible. Like, look at Cyberpunk situation. When the game actually looked like an N64 game on the PS4, they let them have it. So I don't see how Nintendo gets away with that shit, man. Who okays that shit? That game did not look good. I'm sorry. You can't charge $60 for something that looks that hideous, man. They got some Nintendo 64 trees and grass. And it sold well. Like, how? How can something look like this sell so well? I wonder if I get a box and I just poop in the damn box, and I'm gonna write Nintendo. I think I can get some good money off of that, man, because people will buy anything that has Nintendo on it. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Well, Jalen, you say it's all Game Freak, but Nintendo allows Game Freak to. Game Freak has to go through Nintendo. They have to go through Nintendo. Like every gaming company has a quality control before anything gets released on their platform. There's quality control. You know, kind of like when we had that discussion with Cyberpunk. Like people was like, "What's the quality control at before they okayed that?" Like that doesn't make sense. You know, you can't blame it all on the developer, like the console provider who allowed it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Game Freak has never been that great of a company. All their games are failures other than Pokemon. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe they should get somebody else to develop Pokemon. And, you know, I told myself, man, if that Pokemon game looks good to me, if it looks next gen, whatever, you know, then maybe I try it out, whatever. But that game didn't look that much better than the Pokemon games on freaking 3DS. Like, yeah, it's that bad. But you would never see me pay $60 for a full-fledged AAA game looks like that. You won't. No. And what's so crazy about it, Nintendo games hardly go down in price, and so I do not expect the price to go down anytime soon because the sales of that game sold so well. It did. So anyway, anybody got any questions in the chat before I get up out of here? Any questions? And if you're not a part of my Discord, I'm pretty sure everybody else might be a part that's in the chat right now, but I'm not sure. I'm going to put my Discord in the chat below to see if you're a part of my Discord. Just join in, try to keep it active, and keep it clean. Well, we could get a little toxic, but mostly keep it clean. Let's respect each other. What y'all got? Yeah, and I'm glad that all the Yakuza games. Well, no, I won't say all because you got Yakuza. I believe Yakuza 6 supposed to come like another couple of months from now. I guess to give people time to play Yakuza. Was it 3, 4, and 5, whatever? But yeah, man, that's like one of the best. Man, Game Pass is awesome, man. Like. Yakuza should be the main reason to get Game Pass. Like that is such an awesome franchise, and yes, I need to get back on mine so I can finish it. But Yakuza 0 is where I started, and that game was awesome. So, like, if you never played Yakuza before, I recommend you playing it. And there's so many damn Yakuza games on Game Pass. There's so many great games on Game Pass. It's just so hard to choose. Like, let's be real, it's hard to choose. 6 will come in March. Oh, it's March. Okay, so about 2 months later, something like that. Oh, okay. He said the best thing about Pokemon are Shofu's rap ciphers. I don't think I watch him. Nintendo doesn't have any development control of the mainline Pokemon games. No, I never said they had control. Nintendo they don't have control what Game Freak does with the game, but Nintendo has control of what games go on their platform. That's basically what I was saying a while ago. But yeah, Pokemon, like, are you kidding me? Pokemon Snap, like, that was a beautiful looking. Now, I might get that game. That was a nice looking game. And matter of fact, was it Bandai Namco that's making that game? Was it Bandai Namco? I think it was. That's how you make a Pokemon game. Like, they just embarrassed Game Freak. How embarrassing was that, man? Like, I'm just being real, man. Like, when it comes to Nintendo, man, when the HD first came out, when the Nintendo finally got into the HD gaming, I thought that they was gonna make a major jump, especially with the Zelda series. I thought we was gonna get more of that Remember that tech demo we got on the Wii U? I was like, oh man, if that's how the Zelda gonna look, that's gonna be looking clean. I love that. Then we got Breath of the Wild. I'm not saying I didn't like it. The cell shading is pretty cool, but I'm like, come on, man, get with the times, Nintendo. Stop with the cell shading. You already did that with what's the Toon Link? What's the name of that one? Zelda Wind Waker. Wind Waker, in which that's probably my all-time favorite Zelda, and Skyward Sword is up there too. Shut up! I know what you're thinking. Shut up! Skyward Sword is awesome, and I don't want to hear it. Skyward Sword is awesome. Shut up! I don't want to hear it. So yeah, man, I really wanted that tech demo to be Breath of the Wild, man. So I'm like, every time I hope that Nintendo is going to basically make that next generation leap, it's like, oh no, I fooled you, man. We're gonna keep on having these things looking cartoony. I'm like, ah, shit, man. I understand you keep Mario looking cartoony, but Zelda and Metroid, like, come on, man. Come on, man. Well, yeah, that Pokemon Snap did pique my interest because that was a beautiful looking game. It is nice looking game. Did they? Is there a release date for that? I don't know. Is there a release date? So what's the? So the medium comes out 2 hours and 52 minutes my time. I can't wait to play it. I done already preloaded it. Can't wait to play it. Anybody playing the medium on Game Pass? Anybody? So, what do you think about the possibility of Donkey Kong Country Collection, Donkey Kong Country 6, and remake Donkey Kong Country 64 for Donkey Kong's 40th anniversary? God damn, it's been 40 years already? Shit. You know what? I forgot Donkey Kong was out before Mario, but then again, they both was out at the same time since Mario was the original Jumpman for Donkey Kong, to be honest. I don't know what Nintendo's gonna do. Hopefully they do something special because Donkey Kong is a pretty good franchise. I know Alex would be excited if they do that because he's a big time Donkey Kong fan. So it's coming out in April. Oh damn, that was fast. I didn't know it was coming out that fast. That's probably around the time. Oh no, that's May. I think Resident Evil 8 is coming out in May, and I'm freaking hyped for that, man. I cannot play Resident Evil 8. Like Resident Evil 7, like even though they went, to the first person aesthetics, I'm like, you know what? I'm used to playing first person games. I'm just let me try this out, man. I liked it. I liked some jump scares in there. I liked the combat. Like it was different. It was different all in a good way. As long as we don't get no Resident Evil 6 situation again, I did not want that. I ain't want that at all. I got tired of the action adventure, run and gun Resident Evil. Like, it started off with 4, even though 4 it did have some survival horror elements in it, but it also had some run and gun. And 5 and 6 went full-fledged run and gun. It just wasn't scary no more. And it just kind of defeats the purpose of it being a Resident Evil game because Resident Evil was, it was supposed to be a franchise that's known for jump scares, it's known for solving puzzles, it's known for the fixed camera angles. They don't do that no more. That's why I'm kind of excited that the medium is doing the fixed camera angle because I feel like the fixed camera angle kind of give it more of a survival horror, whatever, because sometimes that certain things pop in on you because, that fixed camera angle. Like, it's kind of weird. I just kind of rather have that, but it is what it is. But, like I said, I am excited for Resident Evil 8. Anybody playing it? April 30th is when it's coming out. So I'm pretty sure Metro Prime 4 is going to be one of the best looking games on the Switch. I hope so, man. From what I'm looking at, it's going to be on the Switch Pro. Let's be real. It's going to be on the Switch Pro, for real. Nintendo just need to go ahead and announce the Switch Pro. Let's just be real. They just need to go and do it. All right, so it's already 9:10. Okay, I'm about to wrap this bad boy up because my wife, she's gonna give me a back massage because I've been having some tensions in my back. So I'm about to wrap this bad boy up in a minute because my back is killing me. I don't know, man. I've been making a lot of shirts lately, and I've been designing masks, and my back has been killing me. So I gotta figure out a way on how to do it without bending so much. Ow, because it's killing me right now. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this bad boy up, and like I said, hit that like button if you mind. If you're not on my Discord, please go on my Discord and that's keep the chat clean, whatever, or somewhat clean. But yeah, like I said, I appreciate everybody coming out. And as far as the Real Talk podcast, I gotta talk to the fellas if we're gonna, do it on Friday or do it on Sunday. So I will let y'all guys know. And I guess that's it. I'm not sure if I'm doing anything tomorrow. I know I was supposed to be playing Street Fighter with the fellas, but I gotta figure that out. I know they talking shit about me, not ducking Street Fighter. Nick is talking shit. So matter of fact, I'm not sure if you're still in the chat, Nick, but you might have to play it on the Xbox because my wife, she's been hogging the Switch lately. She's been playing a bunch of Splatoon. Like, she is so good at that game. She is damn near. I think she's almost at the elite level. She's about to play. I think she's almost with the elite character, the elite people around the world. The Splatoon, like, she's a Splatoon fanatic. So I might have to get another Switch, to be honest. She's been hogging that bad boy for days, man. And my son, he's been mad because he want to play the Switch and all that because I gave him that Mario 3 All-Star Collection for Christmas, and he was super happy. So he's been playing a lot of that, and whenever he can get to it, whenever my wife ain't playing it, so eventually I'm going to have to get another Switch. I'm going to have to. But like I say, people, y'all make sure you hit the like button. You said enjoy the medium. Glad you're putting your all into your new business. Great stream. Good night. I appreciate that, Quantum Mail. Appreciate you coming in. But yeah, like the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel, and I will see y'all guys the next Friday. Oh yeah, like I said, if you're not a part of my Discord, please be a part of Discord because I will give you all the updates. I will give all the updates.